I'm reading this book called The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. And there's just one page in here that I wanted to share with you. And it says, living life as an artist is a practice. You are either engaging in the practice or you're not. It makes no sense to say you're not good at it. It's like saying, I'm not good at being a monk. You are either living as a monk or you're not. We tend to think of the artist's work as the output. The real work of the artist is a way of being in the world. I wanted to share that from the book because this whole book is talking about how everybody can be creative. It doesn't matter what you do. The way you rearrange your room is creative. The way you paint can be creative. The way you express yourself in the clothes you wear. And a lot of people struggle with trying to find inspiration, when inspiration doesn't have to be this extravagant thing that happens. You can get inspired by the life you live. You can get inspired by the birds and the bees, the flowers and the trees. It doesn't have to be this immaculate idea that you've been pondering for centuries. I think everybody wants to be creative, and everybody is struggling with trying to create today because people think creating has to be something that you sell, and it doesn't. Creating can just be for you. I haven't finished this book, but so far I think it's trying to share the viewpoint that any creative idea does not come from you. It comes from source. And another thing it talks about in this book is people will have an idea and they won't execute the idea, but the idea wants to be born. Like, it wants to come into fruition. So when source or God or the universe, whatever you believe in, gives you this idea to create this thing and you don't do it, the idea still needs to be birthed. So it goes to somebody else so they can try. And if they don't do it, then it goes to somebody else so they can do it. And it's all about sharing and loving and creating this world that is filled with love, beauty, and art. And I think we're getting closer to that every day. That's all I want to live in. Can you tell that talking about this is very excited? It also talks about being in the season of creation. And a lot of people don't know when to rest or when to take time to let their creations breathe or come into fruition, and they try to rush the process or they don't act on it fast enough. And like nature, there is a season for everything. And what are we if not animalistic? It is in our DNA to go with the seasons. Sometimes we're in a season of creation. Sometimes we're in a season of harvest. It's really about listening to your inner clock. And if you aren't feeling creative right now, if creativity is something you've been struggling with, maybe it's just the season for you to take it all in, to embrace where you're at. I think the biggest thing as humans is to not rush the process. You hear that all the time. Nature can't be rushed. We can't be rushed. Especially if you feel like, I haven't been creating for like the past 6 months. Okay. If that thought is making you uncomfortable and you have this strong desire to create, start with something small, like maybe moving your furniture around your apartment, changing your style a little bit to something you'd want to try, an aesthetic you'd want to try. Cooking can be creative, try a new recipe, try to put some things together. I'm creating in a park right now, and I've been feeling the urge to get out and create something, and I think there's nothing to it but to do it. Is it gonna be the best video I've ever made? I don't know, but you gotta try. You gotta get yourself out there. You gotta explore. I just keep seeing all these beautiful butterflies just fly by. I feel really blessed to be here in this moment and sharing these thoughts with you. Hopefully I'm not rambling on too much, but I really do appreciate everybody who watches this video and all the people who like and comment and all my subscribers. It just makes me really happy that I can create something and y'all are digging it. Where were we? Everybody is creative.
Remember when you were a kid and you had that imaginative sense of wonder? Remember how good it felt to be so explorative and just naturally ambitious and creative? The only thing that's changed between you and that kid is that you've had time and other people try to filter your vision. What would happen if you stayed with that childlike sense of wonder? What would happen if you didn't doubt yourself? Or if you didn't let other people doubt you? What if you created from your heart, not to make something to sell, but as a way to have your soul speak to you? What if you tried a new art form? What if that is the secret that unlocks something that could be so pivotal in your life? What if creating that thing gives you that sense of freedom that you've been searching for? Running towards that instinct desire to create something that wants to be born into this world.
There is a quote in this book that talks about how human it is to have self-doubt. But if you're like me, when it comes to particular art, you're very sensitive about wanting to share it. Maybe you're scared of judgment, maybe you're scared that it might be a little cringy, whatever the case may be. Rick Rubin has this page in here where he says, if a creator is so afraid of judgment that they're unable to move forward, it might be that the desire to share the work isn't as strong as the desire to protect themselves. Perhaps art isn't their role. Their temperament might serve a different pursuit. This path is not for everyone. Adversity is a part of the process. We are not obligated to follow this calling because we have a talent or skill. It's worth remembering that we are blessed to get to create. It's a privilege. We're choosing it. We're not being ordered to do this. If we'd rather not do it, let's not do it. He goes on to say, some successful artists are deeply insecure, self-sabotaging, struggling with addiction, or facing other obstacles to making and sharing their work. An unhealthy self-image or a hardship in life can fuel great art, creating a deep well of insight and emotion for an artist to draw from. They can also get in the way of an artist being able to make many things over a long period of time. I think Rick has some really great points. I think it's very human to be afraid of what your art could be. I think it's normal to want the best. I think it's normal to not want to be perceived for your art, but at the same time you want to be heard, you want to heal people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the point here is to see through the illusion of self-doubt. Self-doubt is just part of being a creative person. And are you going to really let your doubt in yourself stop you from living a life of your dreams? Are you really going to let doubt and self-criticism and whatever it is stop you from pursuing your goals? And think about it. If you're always like, oh, well, I can fully create once I have the money to do so, or I can fully do this when I have this, you're just prolonging the experience. You're just prolonging the act of creation, and you're feeding yourself all these excuses as to why you can't create, when in reality, you should just be creating. My advice would be, open your eyes with childlike wonder. Learn how to be still and let everything inspire you. Create by any means necessary, whether that's cooking a meal, cleaning your room a specific way, trying an essential oil blend for the first time, making your own tea. Don't take it so serious that you have to create like this particular way. Next advice I would give is maybe come up with some sort of ritual, and every time you do this ritual, you're getting self ready to create. Maybe part of the ritual is drinking a nice cup of tea that you have already tried to create yourself, stretching really good, taking a walk outside for 10 minutes, setting your equipment up so when you're done with your walk, you can get straight into working. Whatever resonates with you. After you do that ritual, you just try. You are creative. And I hope this video inspired you, maybe just even a little bit. Maybe subconsciously it's doing the work for